not being fat and like trying to get bigger because I never could, man. I was drinking like Mass Builder, all this shit, and I was just a small dude till I was like, I would say 25, and then I actually kind of filled out to be more like a 185 size dude, you know. But yeah, I just became obsessed with fucking working out, and then I bought Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, dude, and that shit, dude. I don't think people understand, like, when I was a kid, he was the man. You know what I mean? And I just became everything he had in there, I tried, and it all worked, dude. And it was just the best book ever, dude. And I just got on swole status, dude. And then, like, it just became this thing where that, like, yeah, I did it because I always fucking have anxiety and shit. It just became this thing where that's what I did to blow all that steam off, dude. And then, so I think that's where, I don't know if it's self-motivation or it's more like I have to do it, dude, or I'll flip the fuck out, you know? That's why I think martial arts saved me, too, because I have to fucking exercise. And Stan said this a long time ago, dude. He's like, you know, I like you, Jared. You're all cut up or whatever, but you don't walk around like those bro dudes with like a wife beater on or your shirt off, you know, acting like a fucking douchebag. Like, and I had a buddy that like was like that. He got vanity tattooed across his chest, and all of a sudden he lost 2 buttons on his chest when he got a chest tattoo. I'm like, nigga, your shirt got a little fucking loose there, bro. You know, all of a sudden you got a deep V and shit. You know.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but I was never that dude that worked out to look good for other people. I did it because it helped me, dude. Like, it really does help me fucking feel good about myself, blow all that stress off. And then when I got into kickboxing, it just took to another level, dude. Because I think, one, you always think you know how to defend yourself. And I realized I don't know shit, dude. And I think that's, people look at like UFC or like martial arts and they're like, oh, I could fuck that dude up. Because I remember my brother Zach was doing it for like 2 years when he came back from his mission. And I always still felt like, fuck that shit. Like, whatever with that shit, dude. But when I started going there, it was like, oh, this is fucking, I don't know shit about fighting, dude. Or how to throw an actual punch. Or how to block. Or how to fucking, you know, like, you get in a street fight and you just straight on trying to punch somebody, dude, or like, you don't know anything about bobbing and weaving, moving your head, moving side to side, you don't back up directly, all those things that you think you know. And I think that's what's dangerous these days is a lot of more people are getting into that shit, and you can't just run onto it. Because, dude, tell me, we know some dudes there that look like fucking Powder and shit from that movie Powder. And you would see that dude wearing a fanny pack and you're like, oh, fuck that dude up. And that dude's a straight assassin, bro. You know what I mean?
Listen, we know one of the motherfuckers that's just, you have no idea who you running into, who you fucking with at any time. You have no idea. You have no clue. This guy looks like you can run him over with. Like, what, man? You better get the fuck out of my way.
Dude, my favorite story about that dude was they were at that mud run out in the middle of the desert. Yeah. And, like, he was going to the porta potty and, like, some dude tried to cut in front of him. And, like, he's like, hey, man, like, I was waiting or whatever. And the dude pretty much called him a punk, dude. And fucking, I guess, I'm not going to say his name, but he walked in there. And our buddy Danny's seen all this, right? He goes in there, and when he came back out, that dude was kind of talking shit, and I guess Danny got, like, next to that dude and was like, you really don't want to do that, bro. And he's like, look at this motherfucker, fuck him, like, what's he gonna do? Because if you look at him, it doesn't look like he'd be able to do anything, but that dude's one of the baddest dudes on the planet.
Look like he should be teaching Sunday school.
Goes to all those tournaments, fucking leaving with the gold trophy every time, fucking trophies on trophies on trophies, you know what I mean?
And that shit.
That's what tripped me out when I started going there, dude. It just humbled the fuck out of me, man. And so yeah, that's really basically how I got into all that shit. The self-motivating thing was, all my brothers got heavy over the course of their lives, dude. And I just didn't want to be that guy, man. And I lucked out. I got my dad's genes, and like, I stayed skinny. You know, like even when I don't work out, I'm like right now I look like shit because I haven't been able to work out because my shoulders are bad and shit. Which actually is a lot.
His idea look like shit.
But my favorite thing now is me and you getting down in the fucking driveway, dude. Just fucking running through that Dwayne Bang Ludwig, going and fucking with Stan. Like I don't know. I just watched how martial arts and boxing and shit just completely changed my life. I'd have never met you through that.
Man.
I seen how it changed Stan's life, dude. Like he lost all that weight through boxing and just. Completely different fucking, not completely different dude, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't want to forget something real quick. Hold on. I tell you to your face, I tell you behind your back, And I want to tell you right here on air, my nigga, thank you, J-Rock. I love the fuck out of you.
Oh, I love you too, bro.
Me and my partner, nigga, through kickboxing, through jits, through come in my front yard. Let's get it. Hey, Dave, you got to get it. Come on. You got to work out, bro. Let's get this. Let's do that. Man, I be needing that every time.
And that's what's crazy about you and me is,
every time.
You're my only, we go to the thing and people get egos. I mean, you've seen me get in trouble over there because dudes get egos and I light them up or whatever, dude. And they're like, calm down. And it's like, well, that dude's fucking going fucking 100 over here, you know? But me and you can go however fucking hard we want and you never get pissed, dude. And I think that's really what happened where we started bonding real good. Was I think Sensei B said it best, like you don't really know who your friends are till you beat the shit out of each other and then you go get a hamburger after, you know, like man. You're just cool as fuck, dude. Your egos get set aside, dude, and you have a good time together and you fucking train together and like honestly, dude, look at you, dude, you got your black belt, like that's the inspiration to me, dude. Like you fucking killed that shit, dude.
Man, that was some of the right there, some of the most focused and motivated times of my life. Fun too. Fun. Didn't even know I was that guy. See, the first time I ever did anything like that was like martial arts. They had boxing at like a YMCA in Barstow, and I took that, but we never got a chance to spar each other. Just let me know that I was way not technical, no technical skills, tired, no cardio, and it exposed me. Like we're not even sparring with each other. We're doing drills on the bag, and I'm gassed out. So when I came out here, I was like, oh, you know what? My son's in this. I met them. Everybody was cool. And when they offered me a chance to take it, I took it. And I realized, oh, man, you are,
Well, say where you started from when you got into that. I mean, you had knee surgery. Overweight.
100-something pounds. I mean, just when
I seen you transform too, man.
Ripped my knee up, put a metal bar in it.
Never thought you could ever fucking do anything, really.
Man, I asked the doctor for one thing. Will I ever be able to, at least try to run and play with my kid? He said, once I fix you, it's going to be on you to rehab it to that point. He was like, but I can get you there, but you got to help me back. And I'm like, yeah, all right. He wound up being one of Danny's medical clearance doctors at
you told me that
fight.
At the fight,
and I walked up to him, way in better shape, and I said, hey, excuse me, you remember me? And he said, no way. That's what this part. I said, no, man, you told me. If I do the other part, you'll help get me there. And look, he said, man. He was looking and he's like, I told you, hey, that dude right there told me, I'm going to get it to where you can rehab it. If you rehab it, you'll get better. And I was piece of shit status, big as fuck, no wind, no cardio, no nothing. And that supportive ass group of people, along with the sensei, and you and everybody else over there, it was always a thing where you wanted to go back. I didn't care how much I felt like shit, how tired I was. It always looked forward. I know you could be right there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on.
Big Shelton was a huge inspiration for me because he came in there heavy as fuck, and he used to run behind me, and he would tell me after class, like, and I never got it, man, because I don't see myself that way, but he would be like, I would run behind you, bro, and I just imagine I was you, and fucking, I'm going to get there, Jared, I'm going to get there. And I think that's what is good about, yeah, I'm self-motivated and shit, but that's what is good about a group setting for people, dude, that I didn't realize till right now as we're speaking about it. Like, seeing other people do it, you could do it. And like people like Shelton or you or these people that have everything against them, like Shelton couldn't even use his feet. Remember, he had to get surgery on his feet and all that shit.
A Marine vet who couldn't use his feet no more goes on.
Used to be the dude that just went and kicked doors in military police and
then goes on to do a cage fight for the military at Fort Irwin.
Yeah.
Rehab.
At 40 something, right?
Got himself in the damn good. Got himself in the fighting shape. Fighting shape.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, that was. It was a lot of good stories out of there. He was one of That's some real motivation.
But I think that's been the best thing about that place, like seeing you transform, seeing Shelton, Gary, having these dudes that could completely whip my fucking ass, be humble and teach me. Like, well, I caught you like this, Jared, because you're doing this. Light you up in a nice way, dude, to where you don't feel like you. We always had that joke that Sensei B would kick your ass in the perfect amount to where you didn't get discouraged. You know what I mean? You get your ass whipped the whole fucking time, but he did it in such a way to where you felt like, oh, I think I can get him next time. You know what I mean? Knowing that you never will fucking get him, but he did it in such a way to where you were like, I think I could, man. I don't know. He has a talent for that, man.
A unique ability to whip your ass only to the point of where you think, I can get him next
Yeah.
time. I swear it's a unique ability to where if you're 5, he's only going to put a 5.5, 6 on you.
Dude, he's so cold. I used to get a boner if I fucking got a leg kick on him. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like the easiest shit to land on somebody. But he's that good.
And he's bringing you along the way, though.
Exactly, dude.
What you don't notice, he's Miyagiing you to where you do bring it to it because you bring it to a 6 next time. I'm here, and then he goes 6.5, 7.
Yeah, I think that's why my favorite people to spar was always like you, Gary, him, Sensei Eric, because we'd be sparring and you'd land something on me and you'd be like, you're dropping your hand, dude. In the middle of us doing that, you know, we'd have an exchange, not to where like you're just beating my ass, you know, like we're telling each other, well, I caught you like that because of this, and then so you try to correct it as we're going, dude, and like it's just some of the funnest times ever, dude.
The Friday when you kept serving me overhand rights because I went for my hand down.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, it's on video. You caught me with like overhand right. That video we had on YouTube for a while, man. You fucking cleaned my clock.
That was one of the funniest shit because we used to be talking shit to each other like, oh, whoever go win, get to pick the movie tonight. And we come back to my house, order pizza, and watch a movie. Okay, he served me overhand rights. He's a southpaw, so I don't know what I was looking for or what I was waiting, and I didn't realize he switched up. He just kept feeding me overhands. I'm like, something I forgot. I was waiting for something. I don't know. I was looking for something that wasn't coming, but these overhands kept landing. So he had this smile on his face, and he just kept throwing them. Boom! And I kept waiting for something. Boom! Another overhand coming. Wait. Boom, and then he just starts smiling like, man, nigga, like, put your hands up.
Yeah, I told you, dude, you got to put your hands up, bro.
It was ridiculous. It was one of the moments to where it's like, I'm going to check his kick, overhand. Here come the kick, overhand. I'm going to check his kick, overhand. Like, nigga, put your hands up.
But here's the thing about you, dude. I'll, and it doesn't happen with a lot of people. When I'm sparring you, I could see you mentally figuring me out, dude. Like you're playing chess in your head, and I don't do that, bro. You know me, I'm just aggressive. Yeah. And honestly, the more I've learned, I've tried to step back and be more like you, like tone it back to where I'm watching what the dude's doing instead of just always being the aggressor, just always. Because Danny, like that, he's a counterpuncher. He's a Floyd Mayweather type. He likes it when I come after him because he just moves and hits me, dude. He's still to this day the only dude that's ever like dropped me with a body shot, dude.
Jared got sometimes he has some unsavory neighbors, so I used to tell him, when your neighbors see me and you out in the front yard, nigga, and you fight this big old black dude, nigga, out here, pow, pow.
Yeah.
Your neighbors be like, oh shit, remember you had that day, the black neighbor got caught pissing outside? Daddy. You know, told your daddy, I go get my daddy. Nigga, like he can piss anywhere.
Yeah.
I know. And then remember when he seen us sparring? He slowed down and watched his daddy. Then he humped and waved.
He said, "World star, homie."
That's what he said. World star, homies. I said right then and there, he just realized. Oh, shit.
He realized he was about to get his ass whipped that day.
Because my son was down there pissing. I was wrong. Yeah, I know right there.
Well, that was the whole thing about that story was that dude was peeing in my neighbor's yard and my dad said something. My dad's got cancer and shit, and that fool fucking started walking across the street to get crazy with my dad. And he was a youngster too. He's probably like 15, 16. And I was like, hey man, you need to cool the fuck out. And he's like, I'm gonna go get my dad. And his dad had seen me working out in the backyard, dude. Like hitting weights and kind of spar. What do you call it when you spar by yourself? Shadow boxing. Yeah. And his dad hit me up across the fence line, like, "Hey, what are you doing, man? You look good, dude. You fucking yoked up. I'm trying to get into this and that." And we would have these little conversations every once in a while. So as soon as he said that, I'm like, "Go get your dad. I fucking know your dad, dude." Yeah. His dad came over, and that was the one time I seen my dad freak the fuck out. I don't know what it was. I think it was because he just feeling like shit and the chemo and all that. My dad just started bugging out on that dude. Like, your son's disrespectful. Started like walking towards that dude. And right then and there, I was like, oh shit, this guy's going to get crazy on my dad. I'm going to have to fuck him up, dude. I was trying to, yeah, I was trying to fucking tell my dad, hey, kick back, dude. Usually my dad's the one that's like, you need to chill out, Jared. And I was having to tell my dad, like, chill out, dude. And then, like you said, a couple weeks later, we were out there in the driveway, and that dude was like, oh, shit, world star, homie. And fucking ever since then, I had no problems with that dude. Man, but remember, we used to laugh about that. I was like, they probably think I'm tough as fuck because you're bigger than me. You got some big old black dude at my house fucking sparring with me, you know?
Every day, like, oh, this nigga fights in his front yard.
It's the same with that white dude that lives across the street that looks like a white supremacist. Yeah. He was like, oh, shit, you know boxing, dude? And fucking that came into play when that drunk driver crashed into my neighbor's yard, fucking... that dude came out of his house, and I had to choke that dude out because he tried to run, and fucking I had him in a fucking my body triangle, and fucking had him cinched down and waiting for